Hi everyone and welcome to Unit Review. We're your hosts Jack
And Dan.
and today we're going to be looking at the Catacomb Command Barge of the Necrons.
Yes, great, really interesting, unique model. It's a leader but doesn't have to be attached to a unit.
Yeah, it's
so
very
it gives
nice.
you, if you can use it in the right way, particularly new detachment.
Yeah,
it's very exciting.
It's massively been boosted up with this new detachment. Like there's loads to talk about around it. Should we just dive straight in with the stat block?
Yes, it's got a move of 10, a toughness of 8. It's got a 3-up save and a 4-up invuln.
Nice.
It's got 9 wounds, a leadership of 6, and an OC of 3. So it's already pretty strong there.
It's a solid stat block for a nice little vehicle unit that we've got.
Yeah.
There's just so much to talk about with this unit because it wasn't the best one at the early editions, but it's just gotten better and better. So
it's been elevated all of a sudden.
It has.
Yeah.
I think everyone's talking about it. It's so hot right now.
Yeah.
So the unit composition side of things. So this model costs 120 points. This model is equipped with the Gauss Cannon, Staff of Light, and the Resurrection Orb. The model's Gauss Cannon can be replaced with one Tesla cannon, and the model's Staff of Light can also be replaced with the Overlord's Blade.
I do like the Overlord's Blade.
I think it's a better pick out of both of them, really, isn't it?
We'll come on to that in a minute, though. I'll fly through the keywords. No pun intended, but it does have fly as the first keyword. Obviously, it's got Necrons. It's a vehicle. It's a character, and it's obviously got the Catacomb Command Barge keyword.
Very nice.
All very straightforward.
Yeah, and very, very basic on that one. Weapon side of things, there's a few ones to talk about here, so I'll blitz through them. So starting off with the shooting capabilities. So the Gauss Cannon has a 24-inch range. It also has lethal hits.
Nice.
You get 3 attacks, hitting on freeze, strength 5, -2, and 2 damage. The Staff of Light option, 18 inches, 3 attacks, hitting on 2s, strength 5, -2, and 1 damage. The Tesla Cannon, this has sustained 2 with 24-inch range, 4 attacks this time. Hitting on freeze, strength 6, no AP, and 1 damage. The melee profile side of things is the Overlord's Blade that has devastating wounds alongside 4 attacks, hitting on 2s, strength 8, -3, and 2 damage. That one's quite
really
tasty.
like that,
yeah, quite good. The Staff of Light melee is 4 attacks, hitting on freeze, strength 5, -2, and 1 damage.
Rubbish.
It's so weird with the weapon profiles. It's like, well, why would you take the Staff of Light? It has less range.
Yeah.
Worse attacks in combat and in shooting side of things.
Yeah, it's just, I mean,
Just doesn't compete.
With the shootiness that it's got, you don't need the additional shooting from the Staff of Light, really, I don't think. No.
I'd rather have it for that protection against melee.
Yes, exactly.
That's what I would
you
prefer.
want a bit of balance, don't you?
Exactly.
Good.
But that's not it. There's loads more to talk about. There's loads more good things, which we'll get into now with the abilities, Dan.
Yeah, so obviously it's got reanimation protocols. So at the end of your command phase, you reanimate D3 wounds back to the unit, which helps to make it a bit more tanky. It does have, bear in mind, it's got Deadly Demise 1. So it's because it's a vehicle, if it explodes on a 6, it'll do 1 mortal wound.
A little small one.
Yeah.
Nothing big.
It's got the Resurrection Orb, which you can use within 6 inches.
Yes.
So this is good.
It is nice because it's that flexibility of, all right, the Resurrection Orb isn't tied to a specific unit.
Yes.
It's, okay, whatever unit's close by, that one's going to get it.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I really like that. It's also got the Carrier Wave, which is an aura ability. While a friendly Necrons unit is within 6 inches of this model, add 1 to the objective control characteristic of models in that unit.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, makes Scarabs great again.
It does.
Yeah.
A lot of people run a lot of Scarabs to swarm it, which comes across quite nicely. I still can't make that work, but it definitely is a good one.
You have to be a better general than me, but I admire people that do. Well done, guys.
Yeah.
And it's also, though, got advanced quantum shielding, which it's changed the ability from 9th edition, but basically, if an incoming attack, if its strength is higher than your toughness, then it's -1 to wound.
Oh,
so
nice.
It keeps it nice and helps keep it more tanky, keep it more durable. So yeah, the abilities are really tasty. You've got a mixture there of defensive abilities like to help it survive, and then its buffing abilities.
Exactly. It's again, I think did it come down in points recently at all?
It did. It was. It got a 10-point drop in the autumn update, not the latest one, but the autumn update.
It needed it because at the time it just wasn't doing anything.
Well, it started to get a bit more interest, and then with the new detachment, it got really interesting.
It did. It has. Now I think speaking of which, the enhancements that now come with it, which is what I want to talk about. The demanding leader. So this is 10 points in the Star Shadow Arsenal detachment. Necrons models only in your in your movement phase. You select one Necrons vehicle or mounted unit within 6 inches of the bearer until the start of your next command phase, and that unit is eligible to shoot in which it fell back.
That's
Massive.
really strong for 10 points.
So good,
Yeah.
so good, because you're going to be kind of, for me at least anyways, I have a lot of Locust Destroyers around me who
Yes.
aren't good in melee, who have all the shooting capabilities, so I need them out of
Yeah,
combat, so
yeah.
that is going to be crisp 10 points, I think.
Yes, we'll come on to that.
steal.
But yeah, there's a lot of synergies with those Locust Destroyers
Yeah.
in this unit.
And I think this is what the Star Shadow Arsenal one just highlights it so much. Yeah.
But I mean, you think about a Royal Warden is what now? He went up in points in the
Yeah.
last update.
50 points, right?
Yeah, so for 10 points, you get the same ability as a Royal Warden, and it's not tied to the unit that the Royal Warden's leading.
Exactly.
That's pretty tasty.
It's handsome. It's
Yeah.
handsome. But it gets even better in the Star Shadow Arsenal. Do you want to talk about this one?
All right, yeah. This one is my personal favourite. Oops, I've just completely messed up.
You're
my-
all right.
Yeah, we're good. Sorry, everybody. This one is called, I got so excited there about this one.
Just like,
It's
oh my
called-
god, oh my
yeah.
god.
It's called Dread Majesty, which is a great name, but it's deservedly so. This is an aura ability. It's 30 points, but you'll see why. It's in the Star Shatter Arsenal detachment as well. What this does is an Overlord or Catacomb Command Barge model can have this, while a friendly Necron's unit is within 6 inches of the bearer, excluding Titanic units. Each time a model in that unit makes an attack, you can re-roll a hit roll of 1 and re-roll a wound roll of 1.
Massive.
Yeah.
It's so good. Like for 30 points, again, that is a tiny bit of a steal. Those rerolls, especially with the Locust. Because again, if you think about the Star Shadow Arsenal one, isn't that you get like a +1 to the hit roll if you're
If the opponent's on an objective.
Yeah. So you're basically already kind of, most things that will be surrounding this unit will be hitting on 2s,
Yeah.
and you're now being able to
Re-rolling
re-roll the
ones.
1s.
Yeah, it's
That
very
is
efficient.
handsome.
Very
Yeah,
efficient.
yeah.
You can see why it's 30 points. It's still, in my opinion, still reasonably cheap at that.
It is. It
But
is.
that is, we'll come on to this and how to play, but basically
Yeah.
it enables you to make the Catacomb Command Barge almost a proxy, a mini Silent King.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
you're buffing those units around it.
Mhm. Silent King's like what, 400 and odd
yeah,
points,
yeah.
whereas this one now is 120. It's just,
Yeah.
if you're looking for a bargain, Silent King,
Yes.
this is it.
Yeah, or, you don't own the Silent King. A lot
That's
of
it,
newer
yeah.
Necron players probably haven't.
Or you haven't built
up
it
to
or painted it. Look at you, Dan.
It's sub-assembled, all right?
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Fancy words.
Progress has been made. I didn't even do that. I'll be honest with you. This is a bit of a confession, but I bought the Silent King kit and then I left it on the shelf for ages. And then someone was selling one sub-assembled, so I bought the sub-assembled one and sold the one in the box. Like, I'm so lazy. I don't care.
Just get around it.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Anyway, off on a tangent there. Do you want to take us through the last enhancement here? Because this is an interesting one as well.
Yeah, so this one's pretty good. This isn't in the Star Shadow Arsenal one. This is in the Awakened Dynasty. It is I can't even see the name. Engranimic.
I'm going to say a Negic Dermal Bond.
We're gonna go with that.
Yeah,
We're gonna go with that.
tell us in the comments,
Please.
if I mangled that.
They'll just copy the text and put it's referred
It's
to as
preferred,
that.
yeah,
I
it's
don't know.
pronounced as this. Yeah.
But yes, this is 15 points. Again, it's in the Awakened Dynasty, and it's really good. It gives the model a 4-up Feel No Pain ability, which for a character is really good. Really
Yes.
good. Because this is a vehicle, so it doesn't get anything. It has no abilities like what's the one where you're close by to a unit?
Yeah, so Luminor Zeros effectively gets lone operative when
That's
he's
the
next
word.
to a Necron's
Yeah.
unit, doesn't he?
But this one doesn't.
No.
So this one can be targeted
Yeah.
anywhere. So having that extra safety blanket. And I think before the Star Shadow Arsenal, you'd only ever see this unit inside the Awakened Dynasty one.
I think so.
Kind of makes sense.
There might have been a little bit of playing obeisance, but it's more on the narrative/casual side, I think.
Yeah.
Tell us if I'm wrong about that, but I'm not seeing a lot of command barges in lists for competitive lists for obeisance phalanx.
Same here. Fantastic. Well, again, so much more. So everything that we just talked about, again, this unit's just getting better and better. But the stratagems, again, is one where it's just going to make it shine even more. Would you like me to go through the first one?
Yes.
So the first one is the Nano Assembly Protocols. It's 1 CP. This is in your Obeisance Phalanx detachment this time. So it's in the shooting phase. Your opponent's shooting phase or fight phase, just after the enemy unit has selected its target. One Necron's vehicle unit from your army that was selected can obviously use the stratagem. The effect is until the end of the phase, each time an attack is allocated to your model, subtract 1 from the damage characteristic of that attack.
Yeah.
So this guy comboed with, I guess, just the element of you want him alive. Basically, you need him alive. So
That's it. You've already got that -1 to wound that's baked into his profile. So if they can then make him -1 damage, all of a sudden it becomes a bit harder to remove him, doesn't it?
Exactly right. Plus the what's the word? The invulnerable save of 4 up as well.
Yes, got
so
4
it's
up in
just
one,
that tankiness is all coming out.
Yeah.
So pretty good cheap one as well to use on this one.
Yeah, I
Keep him
like
alive.
it. And the other one I think is really worth talking about is reactive repositioning the
Yeah.
Star Shatter Arsenal. I love this one. I think you do as
It's
well.
becoming the new cosmic precision, isn't it?
It is. It's very
Even
so
though
strong.
even though I haven't got cosmic precision written down, I've said it. So technically, it's in the video.
It's very true.
It's so good.
Yeah, this one, you just after you use it in your opponent's shooting phase, just after an enemy unit is shot at this unit. And the effect is that you can make a normal move of up to D6 inches, or if it's a vehicle unit, which it is, a flat 6. This is a flat 6. Being able to move a flat 6 after something is shot at you to then hide it from other shooting is incredibly strong.
It's a big change. It's a big change. Again, if you think about it, you get deep strike with a 9. They get the deep strike in 9 inches away, and you're moving that extra 6, making it unchargeable.
Yes,
which is just it's so good.
Yeah,
so good.
So yeah, very very good. And speaking of being good, let's talk a bit more about how to play this unit, because you've picked out some great stuff in here.
Oh, I absolutely love it. I think there's just the good thing about this, and again, thank you so much for all the comments everyone's been saying, because everyone is like, there's not one thing that makes this unit stand out. It's like it has so much flexibility around it. One things I like about it is that yes, Star Shatter Arsenal, it's the best one inside of it. Again, you get the +1 to hit when the unit's on the objective, and since this unit is mounted, it also has the assault keyword.
It's a vehicle, yeah. It gets the assault keyword, yeah.
Exactly.
So you can bez around the board and still blast all your guns.
Exactly. So you got that. What's the movement? 10-inch movement.
I think it's 8.
8-inch move, pretty good movement to then get even more, just to still get around the board. It allows you to get.
No, it is 10. I'm a liar.
You're all right. How dare you, Dad? How dare you?
I've been robbing myself, and
I hate that. I hate when people do that.
Yeah. It's better than doing it the other way, I suppose.
That's true. Better than cheating. Yeah. Or sure, not cheating, but
No,
yeah.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
But yeah, so again, this unit is fantastic. You know, Star Shatter Arsenal, get the extra movement in there, plus the extra +1 to hit. It's the best attachment to play to the Star Shatter one. Alongside that, I love giving it the Dread Majesty. To basically give you units around you the reroll hit rolls of 1 and the wound rolls of 1. Again, I personally combo it, and again, a lot of comments out there mentioning you are pairing this with the Locust Lords, not the Locust Lords, sorry, the Locust Destroyers and the Heavy Destroyers.
Yeah.
Now those guys have like baked in rerolls as well, but they have to be like close. They have to be like the close eligible unit and such like that. So
yeah, I think it gets around that, and like you mentioned before, if you're playing these right, you're targeting something that's on an objective.
Yeah,
you're getting +1 to hit.
Yeah.
So if you're hitting on 2s and re-rolling 1s, your efficiency is spot on.
Massive.
Yeah, it's really good.
So good. Alongside that, the flexibility really comes in where this unit isn't specific to it's just Locust Destroyers. Scorpic Destroyers have seen a big push in this one.
Yeah.
You know, you can move them up with them, be like that mid-board presence to kind of like, right, they've got some good, this unit has some good auras, some good abilities, good stratagems. It has the toughness now to stay in that mid-board to support those. I mean, I love flayed ones. I'd be putting some flayed ones right next to it to reroll them ones, because they get like loads of better attacks in the wounds and such.
Yeah, particularly if you're hitting something in that's below half strength, every hit is sustained, isn't it?
It is.
So you'd be hitting on, crikey, that's really good. Yeah,
it's just like 40 attacks on a squad and then like rerolls and all.
Me being me and sitting on the fence a bit, I like a bit of both, best of both worlds. So I think the way I like to try and run it, I'm not sure how successful it's been, but is a bit of both. So a squad of Locust Destroyers and a squad of Scorpex.
Yeah.
So I've got that. I've got the firepower to deal with threats, and then I've also got the counterpunch when the opponent comes in my face.
If you think about it as well, you're absolutely right, because it has the movement to then step back, protect those Locust Destroyers, get the shooting off. And when your Scorpex are up in the midboard, you can move that 10 plus the extra to get in the position to give them the benefits as well. So
yeah, it's got that movement to keep up with the Scorpex.
It certainly does. So overall, that's everyone else was saying that they like to run like some scarabs and such.
Yeah, I had a couple of people saying they run scarabs with it. Yeah,
I just can't make that work, and that's not bad. It's not a bad thing. It's just the way I play and the way I operate in my game. I can never I love scarabs. I've got like 27 of them, so I've got more than what you needed. But that's because I used to run them loads in 9th.
Used to be allowed 3 units of 9 in 9th, but now it's 3 units of 6, isn't it? So yeah, we've all got an oversupply of scarabs.
We do.
But yeah, I think it's you can do it like if you move this guy up behind cover and a unit of scarabs in front of him, and then they can hold objectives and become action monkeys. I just think it's quite an expensive way of doing it points wise. Like, you know, instead you could just run a unit of Tomb Blades to go and do it.
Sure.
And then when it dies or whatever.
Yeah, because they got shooting scoot as well.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
they get around the
We
board.
just talked about Triarch Stalkers. They've got that scout ability, and they're quite cheap now, so you can move them up to do those kind of things as
Yeah,
well. And
yeah.
they've still got that tankiness,
Yeah.
but they're still a lot less points than Scarabs plus a command barge.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think the trick with running Scarabs in the command barge is that you can catch your opponent off guard. It's one of them things where it doesn't matter how many times you tell me that you can do it,
Yeah.
I'll forget.
Yeah.
So
That's fair.
shouldn't be a gotcha moment necessarily. You should always tell your opponent up front.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things I think where you're like, right, I move that, like I need to do this. I move the command barge there. The Scarabs have now got overseas, so I can now do this.
Yeah.
And the opponent's like,
Damn.
Yeah.
How dare you not tell me?
Yeah.
No, I did. But yeah, no,
But
some
good.
good,
So I think,
good flexibility all
definitely, it was starting to get interesting after the points drop. In new detachment, it's really interesting. And
Yeah.
I think it's a bit like the Triarch Stalker is maybe a few players or a lot of players, I know I was sleeping on these units.
Yeah, I was
Whereas
as well.
once the points come down, you're like, I'll have another look at that. And then you start thinking, don't
You
you?
do. You mentioned it. It's really good at kind of like when the points come down, you do think, oh, that unit does exist.
Yeah,
What does
yeah.
that unit do?
Yeah.
Oh, it's got some really good abilities now. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, that is very good.
Good. What about how to play against it?
Yeah, so how to play against it. Again, this unit is good, but it really suffers from that lone operative element. So it can be targeted by anything. So realistically, again, it's got some good toughness, but it's basically comes down to 50-50 chance on whether we're going to save that attack or not with the 4-up invulnerable save. So if you put enough shooting into it, effectively you will take it out, which it sucks for us, but there's nothing we can do about it. And we do have that reactive move, but if you put again, going back to maybe like a Land Raider or something like that, that has basically a bunch
of las cannons,
even a big knight that has all the shooting capabilities. Is you have to kind of pick a unit. If you're versing the Star Shatter Arsenal, you have to pick the biggest unit first to shoot into it, because if you choose one of the smaller ones to try and chip away with it, it'll just scoot away.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
So you really need to focus it down. Big unit, big points. I'd probably say like again a Land Raider or a Knight will take this guy out. You just gotta just unless we roll super hot on our dice.
Yeah, I mean a Land Raider might be touch and go. Someone will have to tell us about that in the Math Hammer. But I'm just thinking,
big
they might have to
gun,
roll
las
slightly
guns.
above average, and we might have to roll slightly under.
Yeah.
But
probably the best chance
you
in
can
the space
take it out with a Land Raider, absolutely.
Easily.
Good.
That's the biggest one. And again, even when you get into combat, it can hit back. So if you do get into combat, you kind of want to take it out on the charge, because that Overlord's Blade -4, it's 4 attacks, -3, 2 damages.
Yeah, it's a little bit punchy, absolutely.
So it'll probably be, it won't kill your entire unit like the Terminators that come in, wounds free. You would, when it claps back, it's not going to kill the squad, but it will chip away at it. So charge it in, take it out, easily done, to be fair.
I quite like it because we talk about giving your opponent dilemmas and difficult choices.
Yeah.
Because you kind of have to overcommit whichever way you choose to kill it in melee or shooting. You have to put quite a lot into it unless you get really lucky.
Yeah.
So and then therefore other things are not being targeted.
Yeah.
So it's another one of those there. So it does pose questions, which I always like to try and pose questions of my opponent.
Yeah.
My main one is, can you let me win, please?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I think this is going to see a lot more play, and I think the fact it is definitely the most, you've nailed this, it's definitely absolutely the most powerful in Star Shatter. But I think people are now starting to think about, well, it's going to see a little bit more play, people trying it in other detachments.
Definitely.
And it's going to be interesting to see how well it works in those.
Yeah.
Awakened, I think, is definitely the next one to try.
Yeah.
And then maybe Zabiznets after that, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. Sounds good. Well, I think that's it then, right?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's we'd like to say that we planned this, but it's a happy accident. This has come out at the right time, really. You know, it was on our list to do just after this this detachment came out and the points dropped, so it's a perfect time to look at this.
As a friend would say, it's a corker.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Which like 99% of our audience felt like, corker? What the hell is that?
What's a corker?
I'm not going to tell you.
But yeah, also thank you to everybody that that did comment. Got loads of comments for this one. It's obviously
it's a hot one.
Big talking point in the Necron community at the moment. So Jack will magically make your names appear on the screen right now. So yeah, keep those comments coming in. If we've missed anything, obviously let us know in the comments, and also how you use this unit if you're using it. If you've tried running the Silent King in Star Shatter and you've tried this, also tell us which one you prefer and why. I'd really like to know that.
Maybe a little poll might be good.
Yeah, that's
I
a
might
good
do
idea.
A little poll for that one as well.
Yeah, nice one.
Well, thank you so much, I guess.
Yeah, in the meantime, thank you. Yeah, we'll be back soon with another unit review. Thank you.
Thank you.